How's it going? Today is 30th of August, Friday, and we are taking a look at the market, what kind of opportunities we can find. In today's video, we have a lot of articles, and not necessarily will be able to delve in necessary detail in every single article. It's just that we need to catch up with everything what was released. So, not necessarily there will be a lot of introduction other than we're gonna try to focus on facts and figures, just necessary details, right? We're gonna begin by taking a look at the level of importance of what really most important, and from there we're gonna progress to perhaps what is important but not perhaps as much of importance, right? But again, it's a matter of opinion, right? We're gonna be taking a look at energy, right? So there was a energy sector, something that we were taking a look at recently, as well as potentially it's been recognized by the government need of decarbonizing entire energy sector as fast as possibly reasonable dates, since I don't think it's what's possible and what is set targets 2030 within 6 years. I don't know, but perhaps it's such a short time frame. It's meant to be or get people moving, right? We can take a look at what was highlighted, and there was a letter that would be advised on decarbonizing the power sector by 2030. Uh, I believe that just to get people moving, time frame would be a little bit too sharp. It's just that some of the significant infrastructure projects, just to get those projects to be improved, could take 2 years, perhaps 5 or 10 years, just to get those projects to be being improved. It would be solar panels, or it could be wind farms, and even cables. A lot of people in all communities would complain about cables just to get things moving. So I don't know about 6 years. But either way, let's take a look at this letter and what we can find, right? Details that the Secretary of State for Energy and Net Zero and there's a name there, let's skip names, have written to, okay, let's skip that as well. Director of Electricity Systems Operator requesting independent advice from NESCO and pathway towards 2030 ambition with expert analysis on the location and what type of new investments and all infrastructure needed to deliver it. So myself, I do understand the importance of this sector and the need in UK and potentially in Europe, right? And what were the alternatives? So let's see what information was published, as well as we can touch on potentially what would be the process going forward if there would be investigation, I guess. Since there is a new government, perhaps they will be interested in launching an additional investigation where they're going to be looking to determine where are bottlenecks, right? Uh, I can share it, but not necessarily we have enough time to read the entire letter. That will be different energy generation and all demand mixed and all description of which assumption needs to be met to those of deliverables. So potentially it is Zen. I think that would be different engines, as well as there was a lot of projects that have been carried out by UK in different governments. So those particular engines, I think what they're referring with the statement that would be Zen engines, right? Key requirements for transmission networks, so potentially grids, right? Where appropriate generation or demand for the sector systems operation. So that would be the entire structure and all step one, step two, step three, step four, right? Consideration of critical that could support connection reform. Criteria, okay. High level assessment of the cost of benefits, opportunities, and challenges at risk, right? So additional investments, as well as if those markets will be profitable, as well as if those additional systems will be able to compete with other governments when it comes to solar panels, all those kind of things, right? As well as your views on actions from GMG, NASCO of GAM and energy industry and all wider stakeholders to enable delivery of pathways clear, setting out what further work is required, which is great. Overall, it's been recognized, right? So overall, it's great. So that's a very positive thing that these kind of letters are going on, right? Uh, spatial element, particularly focusing on those locations that offer opportunities for rapid infrastructure development with sufficient detail and data of enable missions, control of advice ministers, and all options to support, accelerate, and develop new critical projects, right? That would be kind of interesting thing to do, as well as I wish there would be a process to reach out to person who would like to receive some feedback. I have so much feedback to receive, right? And or send. If this person would be interested in receiving feedback, right? In addition to that, oh, okay, that's all points, right? So we're gonna close on that, and let's go progress to the next one, right? Since there was what I believe would be from government payments and of subsidies going for fuel poverty measures, the additional measures, the testing of winter fuel payments. So I think that would be initiative, something that would be called winter fuel, and how governments sometimes can subsidize some of the cost for most vulnerable people. So that would be a need of energy, right? So since we're taking a look at energy, in my previous video, we were taking a look at fracking, right, and alternative ways of energy production, right. I won't be reading into this particular letter, but that would be a need, right? So we are addressing a need and looking after people, right? We can just so we stick into energy, right? So the creativity level, right? So that would be Surrey startup raised 17 million to install solar panels on diesel lorries, right? Solar fridge firm is seeking to replace 55,000 diesel fridges units of Britain's roads. Oh, okay, massive amount, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know all the details. It's something that was published very recent, right? So I thought that would be different ways of addressing energy sector, right? Creativity level is very high. There should be more projects similar to this one when it comes to cost savings and ways of reducing. But again, I'll address to back to industry and if UK can produce these solar panels. Can UK do it? If they would keep it within UK and produce solar panels, that would be great. Other than that, let's progress to the next letter, right? Yourself, if you're interested in investing in art, right? I think there's a law. So when it comes to some of the art or paintings leaving UK, this is me trying to remember an entire law that I have read perhaps a couple months ago or so. First, before this art piece would be to leave UK, there's opportunity needs to be given for people to purchase this art piece, right? So it would stay within UK, which is kind of interesting law. But so this is where we are, I guess, right now. So this art worth is just over £6 million. So if it's something yourself you're interested in investing, I don't know if it's good. I don't think it's bad. No, it's good. I don't know. So there's an option there to purchase a lot of art, right? If you do have a lot of money and you're looking to invest into something, right? But again, when it comes to art, you need to, if you were to invest in it, you potentially in the future would need to find another person who is interested in purchasing this art way at a higher price. That's the only way to make sense of purchasing a piece of paper with some paint, right? And we're gonna be taking a look at education. We soon there's gonna be start of first of September educational years, so I thought it might be worth touching on that while taking a look at adult education, and there would be budget allocated to particular areas. If yourself you're interested in becoming more productive, if you're currently economically inactive, looking to improve your skills and knowledge, there might be some options there. Then reaching out to some of those institutions, I don't know, I have mixed experiences. This way, but opportunities are there, right? As well as there was additional courses available for artificial intelligence. If it's something yourself you're interested in learning more about. And the last one that was published recently, it was yesterday. Intellectual Property Office introduced the statements of grants for international designs. Intellectual property ownership and all these kind of things would be very important. and there was a pilot that in process of being launched. Then they look into engagement and people who might be interested in using a system where you can upload different different characteristics, right? It could be trademarks, it can be patents, it could be different types of intellectual property, as well as entire system. I haven't used it. I asked for permission to begin using it. So we're currently in talks, right? So potentially then I will begin using it, and if I will, then I could give a little bit more feedback. But overall, that would be a process and knowing some of the improvements, as well as that would international registration of industrial designs, allowing you to protect designs in many different countries throughout single application to the World Intellectual Property Organization, right? So, which is kind of great. So there's a would be addition to something that's been done, as well as not necessarily a need of having people, which would be very, very important, where there would be a lot of issues with people reading some of your work, as well as cost. Sometimes cost could be what I believe would be too high. But that's would be my feedback, right? So what's important? Pilot has been launched, so potentially systems and everything what they're doing right now has been tested. You can engage with the team if you're looking to patent something, right? But currently everything is still in beta. I would say, even perhaps not even in beta yet. But good that they're working on that. Thanks for watching. See you next one.